So I'm sure everybody has seen the whole viral conversation that's been going on about the 100 men versus a gorilla and all that, right? I did a blog on it, a vlog, whatever you want to call it. I looked in my camera and I talked my talk on the topic. And I mean, I appreciate the reaction. It's all good. It's a fun topic. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody's gonna try this out in real life, so it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Nice fun topic. But the conversation is morphing right now. It's evolving. It's butterflying from a cocoon, if applicable. It has turned into, because I've seen a whole bunch of them, but well, not a bunch of them. I've seen a few of them. The one I'm here to talk about is, you see it in the title, 100 Bronx ninjas versus 100 Brooklyn ninjas. And I've been seeing a couple of reactions, and a couple of them I don't like. You understand? I don't like. They're just not well thought out. They're all personal. They're all based off of pride and the where you fromness of the whole situation. I would like to enter. I mean, like, we need some criteria here, because the Bronx is without a doubt a very serious place, right? But I have. All right, let's get to it. Are we talking about people, 100 men who live in Brooklyn, or 100 men from Brooklyn? And same with the Bronx. 100 men from the Bronx or 100 men who live in the Bronx? I think that's important, because are we talking about, like, dead or alive, top 5 dead or alive, or you know what I'm saying, like, in his prime, you know what I'm saying? Could Jordan beat LeBron in his prime? We know Jordan's not beating LeBron now, right? You understand? So when we have these, you know what I'm saying, when we have all these hypothetical conversations, they come with all of these asterisks and caveats and so on and so forth. You understand what I'm saying? Nuances. What's the criteria and all that? Because I want to, just right off the rip, I want to say, if we saying 100 men from Brooklyn, not necessarily living there now, but 100 Brooklyn niggas, I want to give it to Brooklyn. Now, Bronx is a place that they say ain't even real, right? Like, it's like Bronx is so gutter, so gully. Niggas don't even, like, the things that take place in the Bronx. It's things that take place in the Bronx that people, if they weren't caught on camera, you would never even believe they exist. You know what I'm saying? You know how I say, like, people liken the craziness of Bronx to the craziness of Florida, right? But I want to just start out by saying this, right? Well, I've already started, so that's. If we talking about just Brooklyn niggas, need I remind you that Mike Tyson is from Brooklyn. You heard what he said when they was talking about the 100 men versus a gorilla. He was like, if it's 100 Mike Tysons, that's what should be the 100 Mike Tysons. We gonna wild that gorilla out. Is what he said. You understand what I'm saying? And how many of y'all looked at it? How many of y'all saw him say that and went? And before y'all said nah. You understand what I'm saying? But that's not all. Mike Tyson is from Brownsville, Brooklyn, right? I have seen I saw a post one day, a meme. It was a meme that said, Brooklyn won Brownsville from the Bronx in a dice game. What they was trying to say is Brownsville is too gutter for Brooklyn. Brownsville need to take their grimy, psycho, weird asses to the Bronx. That's where y'all belong. Y'all ain't even really part of Brooklyn. So I'm just reminding y'all of that right there. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me move my Brooklyn jacket out the way because it's not matching with my matchup. Matching with my mashup. Anyway. Brooklyn must have won Brownsville from the Bronx in a dice game. It's another, let me see something. It was another meme I saw somewhere, and I made a bar out of it, but I don't remember I don't remember what the meme actually said, but I kind of remember what's in the bar. Maybe I could search it. Let me see. Let me see. Give me a second, y'all. It's something about, I can't find it. I'm gonna have trouble finding it. I don't want to take up too much of y'all time with this. But it has something saying something like the Bronx. Yeah, something about the Bronx is just one big Brownsville. I don't know if I was offended, but I didn't know if I should be offended or not. But you know what I'm saying? That's in. Stay tuned. When I find that bar, I'm putting it in the rhyme immediately. In celebration of this vlog. But anyway, sorry to Brownsville y'all out on this, but I'm just saying, not only was Mike Tyson from Brownsville, like I said, Brownsville is in Brooklyn. Okay, Google, how many boxers are from Brownsville, Brooklyn?
It's quite impressive how many talented boxers have emerged from Brownsville, Brooklyn. This neighborhood has a rich boxing history and has produced several world champions and notable fighters. While pinpointing an exact, definitive number is challenging, as boxing records and origins can sometimes have nuances, here's a list of prominent boxers associated with Brownsville, Brooklyn, based on available information. Mike Tyson, one of the most famous and youngest heavyweight champions in history. Riddick Bowe, a former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Zab Judah, a former two-weight world champion. Shannon Briggs, a former heavyweight champion.
My boy.
Daniel Jacobs, a former middleweight world champion.
My little bro.
Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, a former light heavyweight world champion. Al Bummy Davis, a well-regarded lightweight and welterweight contender from the 1930s and 40s. Bruce Carrington, a rising talent in the boxing world. It's worth noting that this list isn't exhaustive, and there are likely other professional and amateur boxers who have come from Brownsville. The neighborhood has a reputation for being a tough environment that has historically fostered boxing talent. Brownsville has a few boxing gyms that have likely played a role in developing these fighters, including Brownsville Boxing Academy, aiming to bring boxing back to the neighborhood. Gleason's Gym. While technically located in Dumbo, it's a legendary Brooklyn gym where many Brownsville fighters have trained. The legacy of Brownsville as a breeding ground for boxing talent is significant, with multiple world champions hailing from a relatively small area. It continues to be a place where aspiring boxers look to follow in the footsteps of their famous predecessors.
Okay, they didn't name them all, because I know a few more off of my own memory, right? But that's a lot, B. That's a lot, and truth be told, it ain't no gym. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to say that, you know, the Googles and all of that, they're mostly accurate, but they're not always accurate. But they're very usually not wrong, like 100% wrong. I mean, like, Wikipedia had my age wrong for a few years. I think they got it right now. Took them a while. You know what I'm saying? But that's a lot right there, bro. And those are just the ones that I guess Google saw fit to name. But I typed in boxes from Brownsville, Brooklyn. Can you see it? Well, you can see enough to know I ain't lying to y'all, right? All right. Here's what I got. Mike Tyson, Shannon Briggs, Riddick Bowe, Daisy Ocasio, I don't know her. Zab Judah, Bruce Carrington, Floyd Patterson, Michael Mora, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, Joey, I don't know how to say it, Giardello, Mark Breland, Daniel Perkins, Daniel Jacobs, Teofimo Lopez. I didn't even know that. You understand what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy. Joe Green, Sean George, Frank, Andre Easton, Rocky Graziano, Daniel Judah, Josiah Judah. They got it's a bunch of Judahs. Right? So, I don't know. I mean, I don't have time to go through all of the other neighborhoods in Brooklyn. But Brownsville, like I said, if you saying people who live in Brownsville now or just Brownsville niggas, or people who live in Brooklyn now or just Brooklyn niggas, I'm going to say Brownsville going to hold it down for us. You understand what I'm saying? Because, bruh, what is we doing? I know Mike Tyson didn't look as good as we would have liked him to look in his last few fights, but would you fight him? Would you? I'm just saying. Plug, what up? Lost him. Anyway, I was about to ask him 100 Brooklyn niggas or 100 Bronx niggas. But salute to the Bronx. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I have used the Bronx for, or what the Bronx has become for me, like, among many things. Any friend that I have, I can't even just put it on a friend. The Bronx itself is like a litmus test for friends, for me. If you got a friend, if you from Brooklyn, right, and you got somebody or any friend, if it's a male, female, if it's your girlfriend, if you got somebody who will accompany you on a trip to the Bronx, that is a good friend. I'm telling you, it is. Because niggas ain't doing that. It's not because the Bronx is scary neither. Not because Brooklyn niggas ain't scared of nothing. You understand what I'm saying? It's because it's just out the way. You could be driving like, nah, son, I drive. Ride with me. So I need you to roll with me. Son, what you doing? Fuck with me tomorrow. All right, what you say? What we doing? I gotta go to the Bronx, drop off. Son. I don't know, son. Niggas just come up with things to do. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, yeah. So, like, I have a story attached to that. Like I promise you, that thing, that what I just now described was part of the reason that Helter Skelter was Helter Skelter. I'll tell y'all that story later. You understand what I'm saying? But I said I'd give you this much. Sometimes Decepticons used to eat their own. You understand what I'm saying? Like, just like Crips and Bloods or whatever, just because you wear the same name or same title or crew or color or whatever, don't mean you safe from the niggas with that name, title, color, and all of that. So when even though anyway. One trip to the Bronx. Like, this is my man right here. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. He's safe. I could trust him. I'm saying, anyway, we made it to the end of this video. Let me get 4 boxing gloves. And welcome to the nation, y'all. I'm your host, your tour guide, president of the King around here. I'm the landlord, owner, tenant, janitor, I'm Amsterdam floor. With you, if you don't follow the rules. Rules are you gotta like, comment, subscribe. The rules are you gotta like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for all notifications. You're trying to be a taxpaying citizen of the nation, leave us a super thanks or a cash app. We actually prefer the cash app. You know what I'm saying? But y'all do y'all cash app. Tag is going to be in the description along with the Bandcamp link, which is there for those of you who rather hear me rap than hear me yap. Nonviolent Rocco is, click that link and you'll find, that's my new mixtape. Find all my mixtapes there. Go there and get a job. Go there and get a job. Go there and binge. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Do all your spell checks right. Don't be spelling none of my stuff wrong. You're confusing the tourists and they spreading the gospel wrong. So do all your spell checks together. It's BCC, not BBC. Pause protesters, get your ass out of here. Yeah, you made it into this video for boxing gloves. Rock on, rock on.